The article that I'm going to talk about today is Tariff Engineering Value-Added Compliance. So what is tariff engineering? Tariff engineering is the ability to adjust a product's composition in order to decrease duty costs. For an example, a coat made of cotton would cost 15.9% versus a coat made with man-made fibers having 25% or more by weight of leather would cost 5.6% in duty costs. Tariff classification. Tariff classification is a necessary element of legal compliance for any compliance manager and their counsel as a way to suggest design modifications in an effort to create cost savings. Products coming into the U.S. are classified under the Harmonized Tariff Schedule of the United States. Any product that is imported into the U.S. requires this code. All products entering customs territory in the United States are assigned a 10-digit classification code. There are over 17,000 unique classification code numbers. The Harmonized Tariff Schedule classifies a product based on its name, use, and/or the material used in its construction. Here is an example of a tariff classification code for live animals. Each heading gives a more specific description of the product. I'm going to discuss a few different tariff engineering cases. The first case. In 1881, the tariff code provided different rates of duty for sugar, which was determined by color. Customs believed that an importer intentionally colored sugar with molasses, lowering the grade to avoid higher duties. Customs conducted a chemical analysis and determined that the sugar was a higher grade than the color indicated. This case later went to the U.S. Supreme Court, who stated that the manufacturing of sugar with dark color to avoid duties was allowed because Congress adopted the color test, not a chemical test. The Supreme Court recognized that an importer could configure merchandise to achieve the lowest rate of duty as long as there was no deception. In another case, the Supreme Court refined the test for acceptable tariff engineering in U.S. versus Citron. In this case, the imported merchandise was a collection of unstrung pearls with drilled holes to allow for stringing. This collection was selected to form a complete necklace, which is how it's exhibited when sold to France. Customs classified them as pearl sets that are dutiable at around 60% rather than as pearls in their natural state, not strung, that is dutiable at only 10%. According to the Supreme Court, unstrung pearls, even when drilled, remain in their natural state. In another example, footwear with rubber or plastic outer soles is subject to higher duties than when the outer soles are made of textiles. To qualify for the lower duties, a manufacturer imported slip-on shoes with textile fabrics glued over 70% of the outer sole. Customs determined that the textile fabric was not artifice, but an essential part of the shoe as imported. This ruling indicates how customs differentiates between acceptable tariff engineering and an impermissible disguise. In conclusion, tariff engineering is not always a viable option. You must ask yourself whether the change is a viable option or is it going to cost more than the savings on duty. Customs' current position is to charge a higher duty when a fictional or temporary product is considered disguise or artifice. The scope of disguise and artifice remains to be litigated. An effort should be made to ensure that any product imported with the benefit of tariff engineering is a commercially real product that is truly offered for sale in its imported state. The imported goods are left up to the discretion of customs on whether an item is a disguised or artifice product. However, the U.S. Supreme Court has the final decision in the dispute. Thank you for listening. Here are a couple competency questions for you to stew over.